This is Breaking Patterns with Skye and Beth. We are on a quest to explore how our old ways of thinking and responding to the world keep us stuck.
If you are ready to get curious about what holds you back, pop open a generic seltzer water and let's get real.
Hi, welcome back to Breaking Patterns with Skye
and Beth.
We're so glad that you're here today in our second episode of, I guess, what we're calling our third season.
Our third season. Wow.
On video.
Ooh, I still don't feel great about it.
I don't feel great about it either, but
here we are showing up.
Yep, being beautiful.
Showing up.
So today we were kind of unsure of what our topic was going to be. So we're going to do a little improv on the fly.
So this is a little box. It was my grandmother's. Oh, there's a marble in there too. And it is full of these little cards and they have just one word on them or maybe a phrase just to prompt thought, reflection, conversation. Let us see what our topic will be today.
I'm actually a little nervous because what if it's a topic that
then we say
that freezes me?
Not a hell yes. Or maybe we do need to talk about it, but I will let you pull.
Okay. Closing my eyes and I'm going to pull this card right here. Ooh. And it says patience.
Funny. That's the second time I pulled that card. That card was what I pulled this morning for my own reflection.
Dang.
Well,
you must really be needing some patience.
I must be needing some patience.
So what do you think it means for you in your life?
I'm the most impatient human I probably know. No, that's not true. My father is the most impatient human I know. I've really tried to work on this recently. There really is no need to be in a rush or to rush people. When I'm doing that, it's because I'm not taking responsibility for my own nervous system. I'm dysregulated. And so then I'm going to bark at everybody to hurry up.
Mm-hmm.
So I came to that realization.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, what are we hurrying up for?
Yeah.
What are we rushing for? The end is the same for everybody.
Right. Whether we take our time. I had an acquaintance who once really said, why are you always in a hurry? Because I would always announce, I'm going to run over here real quick. Like I add real quick. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to go to the restroom real quick. Mm-hmm. She's like, why are you in such a hurry all the time? And it's so true.
Well, and it's part of it that you don't want to inconvenience other people with your needs. I hear that in
totally.
A bit too.
Totally. Like I feel bad making you wait while we are, supposed to be in this meeting or whatever, while I go take care of something. Or even with my family, I do it and they don't expect anything from me. So it is all this belief system. But I also grew up in a house where
I am finding that one of the biggest struggles in my daily life is getting my children out the door on time for school. And we're always late, but we're never really late. They very rarely get a tardy. I mean, they do have some tardies, but most of it is just the rushing. Mm-hmm. And, I feel like it's not mine. It's not mine to be late for. It's theirs. And yet I'm the one who's getting all worked up about it. I'm the one who doesn't have any patience for them to do the things that they need to do. Fix their 12-year-old hair, change their earrings and all of that. And so by rushing them every day, it's like we begin our day in this state of urgency and stress. And so I'm having my children start their day already in a heightened stress and dysregulated nervous system because I don't have the patience to wait for them to just do what they need to do and get to school whenever in the hell they get to school.
Once again, it's like, it's still a fine balance though. Like there are times you need to show up and be on time.
Yeah.
And so I know in my life, I used to always slide in sideways right on time. And my partner is like, if you're not 15 minutes early, you're late. And so I kind of admire that. And I've started, if I have to be somewhere at 6, I will plan my drive so that I arrive at 5:45 because it's so much nicer to just walk in. And like even the school thing or getting ready for work, I've moved my wake up time back just to give me some more space.
So we drew this card, and I was gonna, before we started, I was like, oh, I think I might want to read this poem that I just wrote, but I don't know. We'll see how it organically fits. Well, it's totally about this very.
Yeah, let us hear it.
So I wrote this poem 2 days ago, and I was sitting outside on my porch in the morning. My favorite, all-time favorite thing about when it starts to become spring is that it's warm enough for me to go sit outside and drink my coffee on the porch and listen to the birds, and nobody bothers me. So I wrote this. I titled it, Why I Don't Have to Write the Best Poems. The fluorescent sunrise glows so brightly I have to squint. I am mesmerized, awed, neon orange and hot pink. I look down to find my pen, scribble a few poetic words. I look up, and it's gone. I can't capture it, ever. Not with words or a quick phone photo. I can't even remember it clearly, blazing just a few minutes ago. Now everything is blue and gray, as if even the sky pretends it never existed. The present moment is full of gifts like this. In fact, I would say they are infinite if I was fool enough to forget that life is bookended with a hard stop in the unknown future. That is the conundrum, the urgency to slow down, pause, and let each moment sink into our skin like a needle so we die covered in tattoos of the days we seized, recognizing the value of every fleeting gift, hot coffee, neon sunrise, soft cat belly, sparrow song, and hold them to our face, dripping sweetly down our arms as long as life will let us.
It's good, my friend. Yeah. The moments of joy. I read a poem once. It was all about look up. Look up. Every morning recently, there's a show outside at about 7:10, 7:15.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Especially you got the squirrels and you got all kinds of.
So good. The light coming through the trees. But sometimes we're so numb to all the beauty and all the simple things that surround us. And we're too busy doing what?
Yeah, I mean,
Wishing to do what?
it has so much to do with the patience. Do I have the patience to pause and sit here, even if, yeah, the kids have to get to school. Yeah, I got to like do my hair. I got to do all this and that, and the other thing is going on. Do I have the patience to just say, wait a minute, the real gift here is that I get to witness that sunrise. I get to stop and hear the birds. I get to enjoy my coffee, even if it's just for 2 minutes. Do I have the patience to sit here, not jump into my to-do list right away and enjoy just being alive?
Yeah, not to get too deep here, but
I think that's what this is for.
I know. I want it to be more fun.
It's fun. It's fun. It's a good mix. It's a good mix.
The whole thing that if, we never know when our card's up. You said there's the hard stop in your poem. What a conundrum. So we never know. So what if we live today as if it were the last? Ooh, it makes me feel, like I haven't been living very well.
But there's the conundrum too of there's so much I want to do and I'm impatient to do it all. So how can I get all of those things done in the limited time that I'm here? Or have the patience to just allow things to unfold in the time that they unfold while enjoying whatever is happening right now and not needing it to be any different than it is.
Right. Acceptance of what is hard.
This is a complicated card because it also, it speaks to me a lot about just trying to build things, build a podcast following, build a business, create a retreat, all of this. And yet sitting in the now that when I first started doing Soul's Truth, there was a saying that somebody said, don't compare yourself now in the beginning to the future people that have been doing this for 10 years.
Right.
And that's hard to not do.
In fact, why compare ourselves to anyone? Someone said comparison is the thief of joy, right?
Someone did.
We're all different.
So easier said than done.
We're all different with different pasts, different abilities, different Yeah. It's like, is it if it's good enough for you? That's what matters.
So what are you impatient about right now in your
Are
life?
you kidding me? Everything. Lots of things. And every day it's a practice in unhooking from the need to know what's going to be next.
Mm.
Every day. Because true freedom is really letting go of the need to know. The need to know where my path is going. Like true freedom is letting go of that. So yeah, I'm in a space where I really just need to get quiet.
Mm.
Get quiet, keep my head down, and make small steps towards wherever I'm headed.
You know, I've said this to you before, that your path, like it's revealing itself in different ways and in unconventional ways. And I think when you say get quiet, it's listening to that the knowing that lines you up with your
Mhm.
path, because it's not, especially at this point in our lives when we're in this, I think where we are in our lives is this expansive growth place,
Mhm.
really. It's not unlike when you're in your early 20s and you're just figuring out, like, whoa, what am I going to be? It's like now we're in this beautiful place in midlife where it's like, ooh, what am I going to be
It's
next?
like, yeah, our second act, right?
Mhm.
It is. And I had a meeting the other day with someone and we talked about how we always have in the past driven things and like made decisions like this and then took immediate steps to make all that happen.
Mhm.
And we both were like, okay, we've come up with some ideas here. Now let's just sit with it and let's see what unfolds because the world will tell us when we're on the right path
Mhm.
because things will easily unfold.
Mhm.
And so instead of like making our to do list and our plan, we're going to meet again in 30 days and see what things have come up. So,
That is beautiful
and
patience.
it's counter to where I've always
Mhm.
been. It is counter to where I've always been. I mean, I remember a time when I was going to move back to Columbus and I had a job and a house to live within like 2 days. I made a decision within 2 days, job, house. Like cuz I just drove and like relentless and figured it out. And that's tiring. And it worked out and it was great. And I don't need to force so much. It's okay to sit where I am. Because in the past I ran away from everything all the time. And so it's the other thing too of not running away from but running to, right? So yeah, patience, it's hard.
And when you're in that space of patience and sitting with it, you're allowing the wisdom of being the ages that we are is that we can see things from multiple sides. So we can see things that are outside of the box in ways that at least I couldn't when I was younger. Like it had to be this way, it had to be this way. I mean, I started out, I was going to be an engineer. Like rah, rah,
Mhm.
rah, rah, rah. And then when I decided I didn't want to be an engineer, it was like, well, I'm just going to throw that all out the window and I'm going to I mean,
Reinvent.
yeah, I just completely changed my life and totally did something else. I worked at
Mhm.
a science center as basically like a science clown for kids.
Cute. Yeah.
And made half as much money and was like, kind of drowning. But now when I decide, okay, I think I want to sort of change what I'm doing, but it's sitting with it and then seeing it as it shows me its different sides and outside of the box. And I feel like that's what is happening with you.
Well, I am in a place where I trust myself more than I ever had. And that was the problem back in the day. I always had to gather counsel of all my friends and take a
Mm.
poll from the peanut gallery about what I should do with my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really need to do that anymore.
Like as if you weren't your own expert.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know how things felt. I didn't know how
Mm-hmm.
to try things on and see how they felt. I didn't trust my own judgment.
Yeah.
And so I'm thankful I've done a lot of work around knowing myself and trusting that I can make the right decision for myself because I'm the only one walking in these shoes. you know?
Yeah.
And so today it's not so much gathering people to take a poll on what it is they think I should do, but it's sharing things when I'm ready, you know?
Hmm.
There's a lot of power in that.
Yeah. And it takes patience to get there.
Mm-hmm.
I think that a lot of times when you're young, you're in a hurry to gain wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And the simple truth of the universe is that wisdom only comes with time and
Only comes
experience.
with time. Time heals all wounds, or time wounds all heals. Look at that. You like that?
Oh,
Yeah.
did you make that up?
No. There's a guy I knew a long time ago used to say that. And I was like, what? And then I finally like thought, oh, I got it.
Yeah. That's a good one. You should make little affirmation cards with all of your sayings.
I've thought about those things like that.
Maybe people could pull them on their
People could-
podcast. It's
Yeah.
like, let's do a podcast about this weird saying that Beth came up with.
It's funny. Yesterday was Easter and there was a glorious sunrise. And I always listen to How Great Thou Art on Easter morning. And I just really had like a moment.
Were you crying?
Yeah. And it was beautiful. It was great. But then I watched a TikTok. And this lady came on my page, probably in her 60s. And she was sitting in her house somewhere in Florida near the beach, modest home, cleaning out her little spider plant and talking about 6 years ago. She just looked around her and she had accumulated all this stuff, boats, cars, huge house. And she's like, all this stuff requires all this energy and all this thought and all this care. And she just one day said, I don't want any of this anymore. And so she called her family and said, come get anything you want here. She called her ex-husband, went through the asset list. She's like, you can have it, you can have it, you can have it, you can have it. All I need is a pull-behind trailer. She took her bed and her paint supplies, and she was just talking about the simplicity of her life and how beautiful that is and how she has peace of mind.
Yeah.
It makes me think, because I used to always think I want a bigger house, I need nicer stuff. But it was all for what? For some stranger to come to my house and think I'm cool? Because I don't like make decisions based on what complete strangers are going to think of me.
Yeah. Well, I think part of what you're saying is that we oftentimes spend much of our lives in this constant state of needing things we don't have, needing things to be different, wanting more, wanting time to fast forward so that we can get there and we can make more money, we can have more salary, we can buy more stuff, et cetera, which is the very opposite of the patience or the presence to be able to sit where you are and enjoy where you're at.
Right. Like simple life. Like the sunrise is free, y'all. That moon has been beautiful, right? That's a free show.
Mhm.
Like, and that's the solid stuff to me. I'm not gonna lie, I love live music. I'll spend a lot of money on concert tickets. But
it's the energy of urgency and desperation and need.
yeah, consumption.
Yeah. Whether it's consumption even or success.
Mm-hmm.
I think that need for success is the same kind of energy.
Oh, I agree. And that's something I've really been like working on.
And it's so yucky.
Mm-hmm.
It's so yucky to be in that place.
Yeah.
And I've really, we talked about this months ago when I was kind of in that place, probably about a year ago. I was really in that place of just feeling like desperately needy about success or not
scarcity.
I was scarcity, not being okay with where I was at. And I've really done so much work around that. And as soon as I started letting that drop away, opportunities start flowing in. And of course, that's the natural law of energy.
Nothing can fit in these hands if they're clenched and scared. And when we're like
this is what I always used to say right before I met my husband, because I was in such a horrible relationship for so long with a guy who was just a narcissist mooch. And, and I was always kind of complaining about I wanted to start a family and I wanted to find love and blah, blah, blah. But I couldn't let go of this.
But you never let
go of this crappy relationship.
So nothing new could come
Nothing new. And as soon as I did this, I mean, days, literally days, Jarrett walks into my life. And boom, here we are, 14. We just celebrated our 14th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
Not that it's been a smooth sail.
Who has had a smooth sailing?
I don't know, but whoever has, please let us know who you are.
Because I believe that relationships can only go deep, I think, if there's some conflict. I'm not saying chaos, but I'm saying like,
yeah.
as humans, we're going to bump into each other and have conflict.
I think when there's too much gliding, it makes you stop and wonder, like, who is denying? Like, who is
Maybe not being open.
Yeah.
I was listening to Gretchen Rubin, The Happiness Project. She wrote it back in
Ooh,
2009.
Yeah.
I pulled it out today and started listening again and just talking about how in relationships we just get in these patterns. And she's like, establish some rules. No nagging. Leave at least three things unsaid.
The no nagging is so easy.
And no contempt. And fight fair. It's just good, solid stuff.
Yeah. Most of the time we know what we need to do or not do.
Yeah, it's just when triggered.
Yeah.
Can we make the other choice? Because if we've made a certain choice all of our life,
And
the well-worn road.
And can we even be aware of the choices that we're making?
Ooh, when you feel things rising up in your body.
Yeah. And then you just do the thing to numb them so you don't have to feel them.
Or you lash out at someone.
Mm-hmm. I want to know from our listeners, viewers, our pod people, where are you struggling with patience? Or where are you really good at it? What aspects of your life are you good at being patient? And what aspects of your life do you struggle with patience?
We would love to know.
So be sure to subscribe and like and share and comment and all the things so that we can keep bringing this to you.
And
we also want to remind you that
retreat
tickets are live for the 4th annual Reawaken Retreat, July 24th through 27th at Oakwood Retreat Center
in Selma, Indiana. And early bird pricing is still in effect.
Yep, through May 15th.
Okay. Grab your friends.
All right. See you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.